Some people play for waifus. Some people play for meta. Some people quit. Other people farm. Other people. I have always considered myself to be a guy that wants to collect the ladies, without worrying about meta at all. And it seems that I've been lying to myself this whole time. How come, you ask? Let me tell you a story of how I convinced myself to pull her. But the story starts elsewhere. I have not been very lucky when it comes to Wuthering Waves gacha. When I wanted to get in, I got interrupted by the pink gremlin. The 92 pulls for in were not too bad overall. Her weapon took another 71 from me, but at least the gremlin uses it as well, and I actually like her playstyle. On the next patch, both banners were ladies, so naturally, I wanted them both. I knew I would have to get lucky, but after the rather unlucky inline pulls, I felt like my fortune would turn around. So I went after Zhezhi and BAM! I got Ling Yang. I got him in only 22 pulls though, so I wasn't out just yet. After another 46 pulls, we get another BAM! Zhezhi came home. 68 pulls for the character, I figured she's a main DPS unit, I don't have a great sword yet, let's get her weapon. That's another 68 out the window. It's fine, I coped to myself. I knew I wouldn't need the weapon for Changli, since I would just slap my free 5-star sword on her and go off to have fun with her gameplay. After losing the last two 50-50s, I was now convinced. I am getting this one. And I was right. After 72 hard-earned pulls, I got the other gremlin. I didn't give up yet though. I explored, logged in daily, and finally, after 109 pulls on the Changli banner, I was done. All currency spent, the map 100% completed, my will to live... Well, there wasn't much of that to begin with, so it kind of didn't change much on that front. I am not a free-to-play player. If I like the game, I will usually support it by getting the battle passes. Heck, if skins come out for characters I play, I will most likely buy them. But paying for gacha pulls is where I put the line. Not in a single game have I spent even a single dollar to pull on the gacha. That's just the one thing I would never do. On August the 14th, all I could do was watch the waifu I couldn't get disappear into the horizon. But that wasn't the end of my suffering. The next characters were already known. A Disney princess type with glasses and a man. Both of these were really not my type of character. Zhezhi might be a lady, but there is just something about her particular character type that I don't like. I won't judge anyone who thinks of her as his goddess. I can still see the mountains in the distance. It's just that I'm not really a big fan of shy, klutzy characters with glasses. So that was kind of an instant skip for me. The other one is now confirmed to be free. But he was male, so I was not really interested. Oh my god! Have you seen this guy in game? I mean, I don't pull or play with dudes, and I already pre-farmed materials for him. This dude is more handsome than what my old man thinks he was in his prime. With that I was happy, and started piling up materials for Prince Charming's weapon and possibly Shorekeeper in the future. I was content with skipping Zhezhi, and at that point I mostly got over not getting Makima Plus. This is where the story takes a turn. A couple of days ago I decided to tackle the new Tower of Adversity. And this happened. What you're seeing here is my level 90 fully built rover not being able to get through some dudes I've gotten through before with her without problem. Yes, I do realize this guy has a lot of Havoc res, but I was sort of able to ignore resistances on floors 2 and 3 of the side towers with rover since she simply overlevered her opponents. That wasn't the case here. Did they raise this guy's HP amounts? Comment below if you know something about this stuff. This is a conspiracy for sure. You see, these are the teams I use right now. Zhezhi has been holding hands with Yin and Verina for the most part to clear the more annoying bosses. This is my current strongest team. My other strong team is the classic Anchor and Sanhua duo. They can hold their own in the Hazard Tower as well without any problems. My strategy up to this point was using two strong teams in these locations, usually Anchor Sanhua and Zhezhi Yin, with a pinch of Verina where she was needed for some additional DPS, and using Rover to clear the middle sides. That's how I got 30 Illuminatis in the last 3 or 4 towers. But now, suddenly, Rover couldn't do her job anymore. I needed to change something. Now what if I told you there was a puzzle piece that fit everything perfect, besides fitting what I wanted? Do you know who that piece is? Bear with me here, I am going to do some shuffling. My next character is going to be Xiangliao, an Electro Mine DPS character. He is best paired with Yin to utilize her outro buff. Rover is too weak to even clear the sides and she doesn't really work as a support for anyone on my roster, she's out for now. Anchor and Sanhua are doing great, I don't have to do anything with them for now. But with this setup, Zhezhi gets stranded, and unfortunately, she is a character that needs a specific type of support to put out her big numbers. That's where the character I was sure I wanted to skip comes in. She's unfortunately the best support for Zhezhi at the moment. This is where I had a fight with myself as well, and where my values as a player were tested. Remember how I said I was the type of player that would go after waifus over meta? I forced myself into pulling Zhezhi even though I didn't like her design at all. What's worse, she used up almost everything I saved up for Mr. Handsome's weapon, so I don't even know if I'm going to get that. At first, I hated myself for this. I felt like I betrayed everything I believed in. It felt like I bricked my account with a character I didn't want, and what's worse, now I won't be able to get the things I truly want, the weapon and Shorekeeper. At that time, it was late in the night for me, and I only wanted to go to sleep, so I did the only natural thing. Punished myself for doing what I didn't originally want to do and gathered all the necessary materials to build Zhezhi, and I haven't pre-farmed anything before that, so I had to bust out the cubes. I got skill materials, flowers, bells, everything, and traced Zhezhi fully in that one night. And you know what? I was relieved. I was happy and I was refreshed. I had fun doing all of that instead of punishing myself. At that moment I realized I never really played games for the waifus or husbandos. I always carefully planned my next step at every moment of my journey, and when a puzzle piece fit perfectly, I couldn't stop myself from getting it. This time was no different. My first priority was always being optimal with the tools I was given. After that, I finished the tower without much problems, besides my usual skill issue of course. I've gotten something more important than the 30 Doritos though. I've realized what type of player I am, and while I might never be able to truly keep up with the meta, due to not using money for the gacha, I want to be optimal with what I get going forward. That's what I like, casual optimization, so that I don't have to sweat with some crazy rotations in the tower or anywhere, really. I really hope I finally get some luck with that Xiangliao weapon though, since not getting it would be very upsetting when I've literally prepared everything for him already. But that's a topic for another video. Thank you all very much for listening to this deluded old man rant about his bad luck for 9 minutes. Leave a comment about what your plans are going forward, and subscribe if you feel like listening to my stupidities again. Have a great day, viewermans. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.